Hey, we're back.
2 blocks further on the sound of the 15
We're back for another episode
making another attempt to break through
Bob
east of
TV.
the Alexanderplatz.
Brought to you live from the shop. Okay, remember this corner up here?
A group of police riflemen
That's our
took assault guns and Hitler Youth who mounted the counterattack across the heaps of debris.
important one. That's got to be right down the center of that
The chronicler from Berlin also
edge back here.
taking part in the fighting.
You see very young children, milksops under helmets that are much too big for their heads, and you are shocked to hear their high-pitched voices. They must be no older than 15, tiny figures in loose uniforms. The most agonizing memory for me are those high-pitched, squeaky voices.
But those children, instigated by propaganda, become a deadly force.
I was about 70 feet from the tank, took aim between the turret and the hull, and fired.
Cracking tanks is like a game for many in the Hitler Youth. Lothar Loa was 16 at the time.
And I was shocked and sank down because I expected the tank to explode, which it did. I don't think anybody came out alive.
At Mount Sinai, 12
Okay.
years before Christ, Moses received over 600 commandments from God. Yet
And we don't want this to ooze out of the crack. Okay, that hot glue is always hard to trim.
how did they change over time?
We just want to get it going across the gap.
On each eye.
So this has got me an 1/8-inch gap all the way around. That's the easiest to clay up. Y'all see this?
Nancy? Fred?
Look, someone's feet got tangled up in the camera there.
In the area, there's a 1 in 4 chance homes like us will flood. I'm glad I got flood insurance.
Fred, you should look into it.
I'm a risk taker.
Only flood insurance covers floods. Visit floodsmart.gov/myrisk to learn your risk. Let me tell you about a very important phone call I made. When I got my Medicare card,
You don't see?
I needed an AARP Medicare supplement insurance card too.
Medicare is one of the great things about turning 65, but it doesn't cover everything. In fact, it only pays about 80% of your medical expenses. If you're already on or eligible for Medicare, call now to find out how an AARP
Oh,
Medicare
that's
supplement
beautiful
insurance
right
plan,
there.
insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company,
Yes,
helps
beautiful.
cover some of the medical expenses not paid by Medicare Part B. That can save
Okay.
you up to thousands of dollars. These are the only Medicare supplement insurance plans exclusively endorsed by AARP. When you call now, you'll get this free information kit and guide to understanding Medicare.
I can keep my own doctor and choose my own hospital.
Then I don't need a referral to see a specialist.
As with all Medicare supplement plans, you can keep your own doctor and hospital that accepts Medicare and help pay for what Medicare doesn't. Call this toll-free number now to get your free information kit and guide to understanding Medicare.
So, who wants to learn about saving? Great, because priority mail flat rate shipping from the Postal Service can save businesses time and money by making shipping really, really easy. Any questions? Yeah.
How?
Well, for one, you don't have to weigh packages up to 70 pounds. They come in all different sizes, too, so if it fits, it ships for a low flat rate. Yeah.
Do you need to know math?
No, not really. It's my question. With priority mail flat rate boxes and envelopes, you can ship anywhere in the country for a low flat rate. International, too. Envelopes start at just $4.90.
So how do we get these?
Just call or go online and we'll send your free flat rate shipping kit with a free supply of flat rate boxes and envelopes, plus a free shipping guide delivered right to your door. That looks nothing like me. If anyone wants to stay after, I'll show you how to sort mail.
Call or go online now to order your free Priority Mail Flat Rate Shipping Kit only from the Postal Service. A simpler way to ship.
We talk about traditions, we talk about
Gotta
the big
bridge that gap.
Michael, you're up a lot.
Little bits at a time.
Old friends.
My mom and I are very chatty.
Bam.
Things
Well,
we
this
wanted,
is beautiful.
$1 price, unlimited calling, and no surprises at the end of the month.
No annual contract? I mean, that's even better.
Once you try, you're going to stick with it.
I'm Judy Compress, and this was my last bill before I switched to Vonage.
This holiday, switch your own phone to Vonage and get unlimited domestic and international calling now with no annual contract.
always going to be surprises.
You don't have to speak the language.
It's just beautiful.
Knowing that can make you look at history in a new and exciting way.
The Red Army loses more than 800 tanks in the streets of Berlin. The advance is slowly grinding to a halt, and the Soviet command is forced to change tactics.
Во-первых, без пехоты ни в коем случае не продвигаться.
First of all,
Во-вторых, танки...
tanks were not allowed to go out without an infantry escort anymore.
Передний танк обычно обстреливал.
Let that cool for just a second and I can clay it on up.
In groups of at least 3,
И первый этаж, идущий за ним...
better yet 5.
От второго до последнего...
The one in front usually fired at basements.
Этажный дом, все остальные...
The one behind at the upper floors of buildings.
Обстреливал
The
левый...
other tanks rolling on the right side of the street fired to the left,
Обстреливал правую сторону.
and the ones on the left fired to the right.
Такое взаимодействие внутри самой танковой давало возможность...
This arrangement allowed them to spot enemy bazookas in time and to neutralize them.
Клаусников не снижали.
When we began to use this tactic, our losses were not quite as high anymore.
И потери стали несколько меньше.
The scars from this enormous battle are still visible. The city's buildings show the marks from the attacks. The fighting becomes tougher the deeper the Red Army penetrates into the city center. The Soviets form little assault parties, armed with hand grenades, knives, and submachine guns.
In house-to-house combat, the key is always whoever has the shortest reaction time has the best chance to survive. There's no time to think. If it moves, fire.
In Berlin alone, the senseless killing in a battle that has long been decided results in 80,000 dead and 275,000 wounded on the Soviet side. And 106,000 casualties among soldiers, civilians, and thousands of children in uniform on the German side.
Да, 12-13
Yes, 12 and 13-year-olds were fighting.
И тела
I saw that with my own eyes.
Их
I also saw their dead bodies. We were forced to kill them because they were all armed with bazookas, and that was a very dangerous weapon for our tanks.
On April 28,